All right, before we start this unit, we have to go back in time and review how to simplify radicals. I'm going to do example 1. You're going to do example 2. If you remember what we did in this unit, you always type the question into the calculator. So I'm going to do cube root. For you, yours is square root, so yours is right there. For cube root, I go to functions. I scroll all the way to the bottom. I click that one with the N, and then I make it cube root, and then type in the question, which is 5400. So again, you type in your question at the same time I'm typing mine in. All right, so we always leave the question there, just like that. And then whatever we get our answer, we want to make sure that it matches 17.544, and whatever yours is, it matches. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and get started. It says write the prime factorization, which means break it down of the radicand. And the radicand is just the number underneath the radical. So my radicand is 5400. So I'm going to start it on a new line, and I want to break that down. What break it down means, now if you know your multiplication facts, you can break it down a lot faster than what I'm going to break down, but I'm going to teach it to the person who doesn't know. That way I teach it to everybody. So I'm always going to start with the smallest number to check, which is 2. All right, so what this means is 2 times 2700 is going to give me 5400. And I keep breaking this down as long as I get a whole number. As soon as I don't get a whole number, I increase it by 1. So now I'm at 2700. And then I'm going to break that down again by 2. That still works. So you see 2 and 1350. All right. So again, I start at 1350 divided by 2. And I'm just going to pick up the pace. That still works. 675 divided by 2. That does not work because I get a decimal. So now I'm going to change the 2 to a 3. That does work. Now I start again at 225 divided by 3. That still works. Go to 75 divided by 3. That still works. Go to 25 divided by 3. That does not work because I get a decimal. So I move on to the next number, which is 4. That does not work because I get a decimal. Move up to the next number. And that does work. Now I cannot break down 5 anymore. Now this is where we were getting the question wrong. The last time that we were doing this, what I want us to do is you're going to put all the denominators, including this last remaining piece, as multiplied by each other. Because if you multiply all of it by each other, it should get 5400, because that's what that means by breaking it down. So I have 3 2s, 3 2s, 3 3s, and a 5. And then you see it's not the same as that 5400. Why? Because even though I got all my denominators, I have a leftover piece that I should not forget. Now this is going to take care of that mistake. As long as I get the question back, which is 5400, then I know I'm good. Now what we're going to do is take this whole prime factorization, the whole breakdown, and put it in my answer. And I'm going to check again to make sure they match. So if they don't match, you should be stopped and seeing what the mistake was. Now at the same time, I'm also going to write this down on my piece of paper. So 2 times, and I'm right here, 2 times 2700. All right, then 2 times 1350. Then 2 times 675. Then 2 stopped working and I switched to 3. So 3 times 225. Divide by 3 again. 3 times 75. Divide by 3 again. 3 times 25 divided by 5. And then there was this 5 left over. All right, so again, what have we just done? We've put it under the radical. Leave a little space. And I'm going to write 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, and then 5, 5. Okay, so that's all prime factorization means. So whatever you break down in the calculator, I want to see it right here on your question on your piece of paper. All right, so now that I've done that, it says determine the index. What the index is this number right here that's with your radical. Now, usually when it's square root, you really don't see that 2, but I wanted to put that 2 there so that you know that it is square root. So square root, you never see the 2, but if it's anything else but square root, you'll see 3, 4, and so forth. And all it means is how many books. Okay, so if you're doing books, it's how many cards make a book, or if you're looking for twins and triplets. So go with the analogy that you best understood. So if I'm looking for twins, I'm looking for 2 people. When they go outside their house, they look like the same person to everyone else. But when they're inside the house, they look different. So in here, there are 2 of them, but out here, there's 1 of them. And the same thing with triplets. Now, instead of it being twins, now there are 3 people that look different inside their house because their family knows them. But when they go outside, they look the same. Or we can do the books things. For me, I'm just going to stick with the books. Okay, so determine the index. So for me, 3 cards make 1 book. For you, how many cards make a book? All right, now what you're going to do is you're going to move circled books, twins or triplets, outside the radical one at a time. At a time is missing. And anything left uncircled will remain under the radical. So I'm going to change my color here. For me, 3 cards make 1 book, or I'm looking for triplets. So I need 3 cards or 3 people that look different in their family, but when I take them outside, they look like 1 person. 3 cards make 1 book. Do I see another book? I do. Right here, 3 cards make 1 book. Okay, do I see another book? I do not. Okay, no more triplets left in the house. So that's everything. All right, so again, you're doing the same thing to your question. Multiply the numbers inside and outside the radicals separately and keep them where they belong. Actually, you should add that piece. Keep them where they belong. So 3 times 2 is 6. Then inside my radical, 5 times 5 is 25. So my simplification of the cube root of 5,400 is 6 radical 25. And honestly, I forgot to do that in the calculator, so I'm going to do that in the calculator now. So 3 cards, so I can delete all of that, make 1 book. So you see it's different. So there's a mistake because it's a book outside. Back to normal. 3 cards, and again, there's a mistake because it's not the same. But once I put it outside, make, and it's always multiplication, 1 book. So I'm back okay. And then there's nothing else to break down. So let's go ahead and multiply them out. 2 times 3 is 6. And again, you see my number is still matching. And then 5 times 5 is 25. My number is still matching. So I am good to go. This is checked. All right, so go ahead and do your question. Let's practice.